Mendeleev came to know that hydrogen and lithium have got same properties by making them to react with oxygen and hydrogen. By making them to react with oxygen and hydrogen. When hydrogen reacted with oxygen, it formed H2O. You know that hydrogen and oxygen react to form water. What happens when hydrogen reacts with hydrogen? You all know that hydrogen is diatomic. H2 molecule will be formed. Similarly, he made lithium to react with oxygen and he found the compound as Li2O. And then he made hydrogen to react with lithium and he found LiH, that is lithium hydride. Now if H is replaced by R and Li is replaced by R, this formulae will appear like R2O and R2O. This formula will appear like this and this formula will appear like this. Now if you look at these, they appear same. These two chemical formulae appear same. Similarly here also. H2, we can also write it as H. H2 means what? There are two hydrogen atoms. And you have LiH. But if you replace hydrogen by R, then it looks like this, RH. And this Li if you replace by R, then it looks like RH. So the formulae of H2 and LiH are similar. So based on this, Mendeleev assumed that, or Mendeleev understood that the properties of hydrogen and lithium are same. Since formulae of the compounds formed were same for hydrogen and lithium when reacted with oxygen and hydrogen, Mendeleev placed hydrogen and lithium in the same group. It simply means that now all the elements in this group will form compounds having the formulae here, that is R2 and RH, when they are made to react with oxygen and hydrogen. Similarly, in second group, whatever the elements you see here, beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, cadmium, barium, mercury, etc. These will form same compound formulae when they are made to react with oxygen and hydrogen. And those formulae are RO and RH2. That means if you take beryllium and make it to react with oxygen, you will get here BeO. If you take magnesium and make it to react with oxygen, you will get MgO. Simply you have to replace this R by any of the elements in the second group to get compound formed when that element is reacted with oxygen. Similarly, here if you replace R by any elements symbol in the second group, then you will find the formula of the compound, which would be obtained when that element is made to react with hydrogen. And this rule is applicable to all the elements. Okay. I explained yesterday that this procedure would have taken 1 year, 2 year or 3 years of time, because it is very difficult task to perform. Now we have to see what are the achievements of Mendeleev's periodic table. Okay. That means how it is better than or Dobriner's triads and how it is better than Newland's classification, that we have to see. While developing the periodic table, there were a few instances where Mendeleev had to place an element with slightly greater atomic mass before an element with slightly lower atomic mass. Now see here. In the beginning, what we learned? We learned that elements were arranged in the increasing order of their atomic masses. But practically, when he means Mendeleev, arranged the elements in the increasing order of their atomic masses, he found that few elements properties were not matching with the previous one. So there, what he did is, he placed the heavier element before lighter element. That is called as inversion. Here, let us say we are having elements atomic masses like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. But according to Mendeleev, when arranged in this order, right, the properties should match with the next period elements. Say for example, not for example, say this is 8th group. Okay. If some element is here, its property should match with this element. Okay. Because they are falling in same group. But at some instances he found that the element that would come here will be having the property of the element here, but it is having atomic mass more than the element here. So what he did is, he placed this element here and this element in its place, because properties of the elements were not matching. So he had to invert the elements' positions. The sequence was inverted so that elements with similar properties could be grouped together. And some examples here given. For example, cobalt with atomic mass of 58.9 appeared before nickel of atomic mass 58.7. Actually, 58.9 is greater than 58.7. By rule, 58.7 should be coming first in the table and then 58.9 should be coming. But in table, 58.9 atomic mass element, that is cobalt, has appeared first, and nickel with atomic mass of 58.7 has appeared next. That you can see. Cobalt and nickel. 58.93 is more than 58.7. In increasing order, cobalt should have been in the position of nickel and nickel should have been in the position of cobalt. Right? If it is done so, there would be mismatch in the properties. For that reason, these two are inverted. Okay? So reason is given here. The sequence was inverted so that elements with similar properties could be grouped. So this line you must underline. And it is one just example here. Cobalt and nickel are a set of elements as an example. And you can find such set of elements. There is one more such set of elements. Which is that? Look at this table. Try to find out. Yes, very good. V and Cr. V is 50.94. Cr is 50.20. So here also elements are inverted. It is just to match the properties, right? Further, Mendeleev left some gaps in his periodic table. Instead of looking upon these gaps as defects, and Mendeleev boldly predicted the existence of some elements that had not been discovered at that time. Yesterday we discussed about this. You can see here empty space. Here you can see empty space. And here also you can see empty space. Mendeleev assumed that in future few elements would be discovered and those could be placed in those empty spaces. But Newlands told that there will be only 56 elements, not more than that. He did not thought that in future there would be discovery of new elements at all. So these are the small differences between scientists. Mendeleev named them by prefixing a Sanskrit numeral Eka1 to the name of preceding element in the same group. Which elements were not found, those elements if he named Eka means one. the name of preceding element in the same group. Instance means, for example, scandium and gallium and germanium discovered later means what? When Mendeleev's table was written, this periodic table was written, at that time scandium, gallium and germanium were not discovered at all, which means there is a error in this textbook. It is not SE, it is SC, scandium. What it should be? It should be SC. In your textbook also, if you are having SE, you correct it to SC. Okay, scandium. When this table was written, scandium was not discovered. Here the second element gallium was not discovered, and here the germanium was not discovered. That means this slot and the slot here were kept empty. But assuming that in future some elements will be found in advance, Mendeleev gave some imaginary elements name here. And what was that? If above this we are having boron here, see here, this is first series and second series. In one row, after fourth period onwards, you can see two lines. In the first line, first series elements are written. In the second line, second series elements are written. He assumed that there would be some element found in the first series, and he named before its discovery as Yakka boron. What he named it as? Yakka boron. And then gallium he named as Yakka aluminium. It was not discovered. See, for example, boron is here and aluminium is here. Below that empty space, and here also empty space. Empty space. Assuming that some new elements should be found, he named it as Yakka boron. In first series, he thought an element of the properties of boron would appear. So he called it as Yakka boron. And in this spot, he assumed an element having properties of aluminium would appear. So he called it as Yakka aluminium. Yakka aluminium. Later on in this place, what was found? Scandium was found. So Yakka boron is name of scandium before its discovery. Similarly, here gallium was found later on. So Yakka aluminum is name of gallium before its discovery. And who gave these names? Mendeleev. Mendeleev gave these names in advance. Similarly, germanium was not found at the time of writing this Mendeleev's table. So, he called germanium as Yakka silicon. So, before appearance of this element here, he had written means Mendeleev had written Yakka silicon in its place. And those elements, which elements? Scandium, gallium and germanium, which were discovered later, had the properties similar to that of Yakka boron, Yakka aluminum and Yakka silicon respectively. The properties of Yakka aluminum predicted by Mendeleev and those of the element gallium, which was discovered later and replaced Yakka aluminum, are listed as follows in table 5.5. You can see here, table 5.5. Properties of Yakka aluminum and gallium. Only they have written, not germanium. Germanium is not considered in this table. Atomic mass of Yakka aluminum was assumed to be 68 by Mendeleev. When gallium in its place was found, its actual atomic mass was 69.7, close to that. If you are using this book, there is once again some error. 8 that would have appeared here has appeared here. It is not correct. So you cut this 8 here and shift that 8 here. It will become 68. Have you done that if you are using same textbook? According to Mendeleev, Yakka aluminum, if made to react with oxygen, would have formed E2O3. But later on, when gallium was discovered, it reacted in the same way and it formed Ga2O3. These two formulae are same here, you can see. Only in place of E2, that is Yakka aluminum, Ca2 has appeared. Formula of chloride. Yakka aluminum, when reacted with chlorine, would form ECl3. Was the prediction of Mendeleev. In the same way, when gallium was discovered, gallium was made to react with chlorine and found that gallium formed GaCl3 with chlorine. So there is similarity. That means Mendeleev's predictions were correct. Which means Mendeleev's predictions were correct. So these are the achievements. Assuming in future some elements would be discovered is an achievement. And if discovered, what will be its property? What will be its atomic mass? How they would react with oxygen, hydrogen, chlorine? Telling that is all achievement. This provided convincing evidence for both the correctness and usefulness of Mendeleev's periodic table. written in advance, discovered later, and matching. So definitely it would convince the people about the correctness of the periodic table. Further, it was the extraordinary success of Mendeleev's prediction that led chemists not only to accept his periodic table but also recognize him. So because of these accuracies, then scientists started to take name of Mendeleev everywhere. That means he was recognized. You all know that when a person is recognized, his name will be referred everywhere. Is it right? If a student in 10th class scores very well in his school or in district or in state, his name will be referred by many people in many places. That means people start to recognize that student. So because of the correctness, Mendeleev was also recognized. As what he was recognized? He was recognized as the originator of the concept on which it is based. As the originator of the concept on which it is based. Okay. Not only that, noble gases like helium, neon, and argon have been mentioned in many a context before this. You all have learnt about neon, argon, and helium. This helium, argon, and neon have got octet structure, because of which they are having no valence electrons and are highly non-reactive. Not only that, their concentration in atmosphere is very, very less. So Mendeleev said that if any such elements which do not react with hydrogen or oxygen, they could be placed in his table without disturbing other groups. That means you can form a new group here, ninth group, and then you can place them here. Highly non-reactive elements, you can just put them in new group. So this was also one achievement. Giving positions to the elements which are highly non-reactive elements is also an achievement. These gases were discovered very late because they are very inert and present in extremely low concentrations in our atmosphere. One of the strengths of Mendeleev's periodic table was that, see, you have to remember the strength was that when these gases were discovered, they could be placed in a new group. New group means ninth group it is. I have shown it previously. Without disturbing the existing order. So when you form a new group and place some elements in that, definitely other elements will not at all be disturbed. They will be there. Now we will look into limitations of Mendeleev's classification. Electronic configuration of hydrogen resembles that of alkali metals. Like alkali metals, hydrogen combines with halogens, oxygen, and sulfur to form compounds having similar formulae as shown in the examples here. You all know that hydrogen has valency of +1. Sodium also has valency of +1. Right? This is what we call as electronic configuration. Both are having same configuration here. Both have got valency of 1. And what is the valency of chlorine? Chlorine is Cl minus 1. If you make these two to react, what will get? HCl, hydrochloric acid. And if you make them to react, what will get? Sodium chloride. Is it right? If you take O, valency of O is -2. If you make hydrogen to react with oxygen, what you will get? H2O. If you make oxygen to react with sodium, what you will get? Na2O. Is it right? What is valency of sulfur? -2. So, if sulfur is made to react with hydrogen, you will get hydrogen sulfide. And sodium sulfide, Na2S. Hydrogen is reacting with chlorine, oxygen and sulfur in the same way as sodium is reacting with them, because chemical formulae formed are same. If you replace H and Na by R, it would appear RCl, it would also appear RCl. It would appear R2O, it would also appear R2O, similarly R2S and R2S. That is what is given in this table. But there is a problem. On the other hand, just like halogens, halogens means what? Halogens means chlorine, bromine, iodine and fluorine and fluorine. On the other hand, just like halogens, hydrogens also exists as diatomic molecules, and it combines with metals and non-metals to form covalent compounds. As halogens form covalent compounds with metals and non-metals, hydrogen also forms covalent compounds when made to react with metals and non-metals. Along with that, halogens exist as diatomic molecules. Similar to that, hydrogen also exists as a diatomic element. That means in nature, chlorine is available as Cl2, bromine is available as Br2, iodine I2, fluorine F2. Similar to these, hydrogen is available as H2. These all are diatomic. It is also diatomic. And as these react with metals and non-metals to form covalent compounds, hydrogen also reacts with metals and non-metals to form covalent compounds, which means that properties of halogens and hydrogen are same. Properties of hydrogen and halogens are same. But here what you found? Hydrogen and sodium react with chlorine, oxygen and sulfur in the same way. That means properties of hydrogen match with that of sodium and properties of hydrogen match with that of halogens. Now question is where to place hydrogen, whether in the column of sodium or in the column of halogens. So there are two positions for hydrogen. So this is also one limitation. No correct position can be given to the hydrogen. Right? Certainly, no fixed position can be given to hydrogen in the periodic table. This was the first limitation of Mendeleev's periodic table. Please note this. No fixed position can be given to the hydrogen in the periodic table. And please remember, this will also be a limitation for even modern periodic table, which we are going to study in future. He could not assign a correct position to the hydrogen in his table. Very important paragraph it is. Very small and very important.